Thinking about investing in real estate? You've probably heard that short-term rentals like Airbnb can bring in huge profits. But are they really worth the risk? Let's break it down. First, let's compare short-term rentals to traditional long-term rentals. Here's what you need to know. Pros of short-term rentals. Higher potential income per night. Because you're charging by the night instead of a fixed monthly rate, short-term rentals can bring in significantly more money, especially in high-demand areas. A property in a popular tourist destination or business hub can easily earn double or more what a long-term rental would make in the same time frame. Flexibility to use the property when it's not rented. Unlike long-term rentals where a tenant is locked in for months or years, a short-term rental lets you block off dates whenever you want. Need a weekend getaway or a place for family to stay? No problem. Just block the calendar and use the home yourself. Ability to adjust pricing based on demand. You're in control of your pricing, meaning you can charge higher rates during peak seasons, holidays, or big local events. This can maximize your earnings in ways that a fixed long-term lease simply can't. Some hosts even use dynamic pricing tools to adjust rates automatically based on market trends. Cons of short-term rentals. Seasonal fluctuations can impact income. The downside to high earnings potential? It's not always consistent. If your property is in a beach town, bookings might slow down in the winter. If it's near a ski resort, summer could be quiet. That means you'll need a financial cushion for slow months. Requires frequent cleaning and management. Each new guest means the property needs to be cleaned and prepped. If you're managing it yourself, that's a lot of work. Even with a cleaning service, costs add up. Plus, answering guest questions, handling check-ins, and dealing with issues, like a broken AC at midnight, can be time-consuming. More guest turnover means more wear and tear. With people constantly coming and going, furniture, appliances, and flooring take a beating. Things like sheets, towels, and kitchen items wear out fast. Repairs and replacements will be a regular part of your budget. Pros of long-term rentals. Consistent, predictable income. With a long-term tenant, you get a steady rent check every month, regardless of seasonality or market fluctuations. This stability makes budgeting and planning much easier. Less hands-on management needed. Once a tenant moves in, you don't have to worry about cleaning after every stay or constantly communicating with new guests. Aside from occasional maintenance and lease renewals, it's mostly a hands-off investment. Lower vacancy rates. A good long-term tenant might stay for years, meaning you don't have to constantly find new renters. This reduces marketing costs, time spent on tenant screening, and the risk of losing income due to an empty property. Cons of long-term rentals. Harder to raise rent frequently. Unlike short-term rentals, where you can adjust pricing whenever demand increases, long-term leases typically lock in a fixed rent for a year or more. Some areas even have rent control laws that limit how much you can increase rent over time. Less flexibility with the property. Once a tenant signs a lease, that property is off limits for personal use. You can't just decide to spend a weekend there or make changes without notice. If you ever want to sell or move in yourself, you'll have to wait until the lease is up or negotiate an early termination. Factor in this decision? Local laws. Some cities have strict short-term rental regulations, limits on the number of days you can rent, permit requirements, or even outright bans. Before investing, research your area's rules to avoid legal headaches. Let's talk numbers. A short-term rental in a popular tourist city might bring in $3,000 a month, but factor in cleaning fees, platform fees, and vacancies, and that number drops. A long-term rental may only bring in $2,000 per month, but with fewer expenses and less management, your net profit could be more stable. So which investment strategy makes the most sense for you? If you love hosting, can handle the management workload, and are in a tourist-friendly area, short-term rentals might be a great fit. But if you prefer steady income with fewer headaches, long-term rentals could be the way to go. Before making a decision, run the numbers, check local laws, and align your strategy with your financial goals. What do you think? Are short-term rentals worth the risk? Let me know in the comments and follow us for more investing tips.